This is the ultimate don't wait until you have it perfect video. So how do you like my little studio here? I thought I would just come and sit in this little area that I hope to set up as where I film my videos. So as you can see, blank wall, plain gray sofa. There's a bookshelf over there with nothing on it. Oh, a lamp. So this is all very temporary, but I think it'd be a nice place for me to do videos. So last week, I only got 10 new subscribers. Or last week, I got 10 new subscribers. It's all perspective, isn't it? What do you do when maybe things aren't going as quick as you wanted, or you're feeling discouraged or down? And it's not just YouTube. This could be, you have weight loss goals, you have retirement goals. There's so many different things that we have goals towards. I think we should. If you don't have goals in different areas of your life, then I would really recommend that you do. But one of my goals, one of my short-term goals, is monetizing my YouTube channel. In this video, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the ups and downs when you're going towards your goals. So have you ever seen the image, and I'll add it here, but it's that idea of success, and we think that it, just goes up, and really it's, it's up and down, and it's not always linear. So that's been my experience with growing a YouTube channel. I wrote out a whole script, and then I wrote out bullet points, and then I thought, I'm just going to share. So bear with me. If you're brand new here, then welcome. And if you're returning, then welcome back. My name's Patty, and on my YouTube channel, 60 is the New 60, I want to show that we aren't trying to be 40. As a woman over 60, I just want to be healthy, happy, and active at any age. My hope is that by sharing my journey, that I can help others to redefine what's possible. For a long time, I've been doing this at the end of the video because that's what a lot of the how to do your YouTube, how to set up your YouTube script said. And I've decided in this video that I just want to ask you now, while you're watching the video, if anything resonates with you, if you find value from this video, that you would click like. And for more tips and inspiration, then don't forget to subscribe. So what do you do when you get discouraged, when things aren't going as quickly as you like, or you may miss a deadline, you may not hit your goal? And that's been on my mind. I had a goal for weight loss goal for the end of this year, and let's see, we have 5 weeks left. I'm not going to hit it, but I have to consider what that means going forward. So I'm not going to throw it out. I'm not going to beat myself up, but I'm going to keep going. So that's kind of what I want to talk today about, is why I keep going even in the times of discouragement. And I think there's 3 or 4. We'll see how many I touch on today. But the first thing that I do, you can tell I'm trying to think of it. Okay, I'm glad I can edit. I dig deep to find the positive. So we're so conditioned to, beat ourselves up, to find what's negative, what could we have done better? And that's good. There's value in that. Like, obviously you want to take feedback. You want to, in the case of YouTube, you want to look at analytics. You want to check the stats. If you are trying to lose weight, then you want to, what is the scale saying? How do you feel? How are your clothes fitting? And what could you have done different? How could you improve? So absolutely, there's value in that. But being an overthinker, I can go too deep in that. So what I've had to do is obviously evaluate, but I also need to see what I did right, see what I liked about that video. It may not have performed well, but I really liked the thumbnail. I really liked the topic. I was passionate about that topic. I need to pull the wins out of it. I can't just have a stack of things that I don't like, things that need to be improved. And I have to balance that with this is what I did like. This is how far I've come. This is what I've accomplished so far. And that goes, for YouTube. It goes for our financial goals. It goes for my health goals. So I've been going to physiotherapy for about the last 3 weeks. So I hurt my knee at 62. I thought it would be a great idea to start running again. And instead of, really conditioning or making sure that I was ready for that, I started running. So I didn't, I wasn't pushing myself too hard, I didn't think. I paced myself. I didn't have a time, I didn't have a distance. So I would, I started out walking and then I would add in some running. When I felt like stopping running, I just stopped and then continued walking. So I thought that this was a good idea. As it ended up, after a couple weeks of this, I started feeling some pain in my knee. It wasn't bad, but then we went away and we went for a 10-kilometer hike. It didn't hurt. I would have worn my knee brace if I'd had it with me, but it didn't really hurt that day. The next day, I could hardly walk upstairs and it got progressively worse. So that by the end of the week, I would say Saturday, I was using a cane. I could not put weight on my knee. And I was so nervous because I'm so protective of my knees. I had a doctor appointment that next week, so I talked to her about it, and she thought that it was bursitis and recommended physio. So I didn't use a cane that day. It felt a little bit better. And I went to physio. By the time I got to physio, it was feeling much better. So I did, all the things that they recommended. I did ice. What is it? RICE. So I rested it, I iced it, I used compression, and I elevated it. So I wanted to be careful that I wasn't babying it, but it just felt like exercise or walking was out of the question. So I did go to physio and I had, done those things right. And he asked me, he said, "Do you want to run again?" And I was unsure because I didn't want this to happen. He told me that he was an optimist and felt that he could have me walking, hiking, and running if that's what I wanted to do. So I said, let's go for it. So he offered to, work with me beyond just the injury. So the injury, but also strengthening my knee and my legs, that he would help me with a program that would get me towards my goals. So that was pretty exciting. So he gave me some simple exercises and I did them because that's my goal, right? Long-term mobility. And it wasn't bad. They felt tired. But then when I went the next time, he increased it a little. And then yes, I went 2 days ago and he added a 10-pound weight to one of my exercises. And when that feels comfortable, he wants me to do 2 10-pound weights. So I guess the whole point with that is that I could just look and say, I wrecked my knee, now I can't hike or run. But instead, it was like, okay, so what are you doing that's working? I still love walking. I, am determined to take what I was doing that worked and do more of that and then add to that. So I find that when we have a setback, like a sore knee, I'm not going to throw it out. I'm not going to throw out my goal. And I was hesitant when he asked, "Do you want to run?" Because I don't want to risk injury. But I I do still want to run, whatever that looks like. So even when when I ran 5Ks or that sort of thing, for me, running was interval running. So I would run for 3 minutes, walk for 1 minute, and do this for my whole 5K. But I loved it. So the answer is yes, I want to get back to it. I will just do it a little more careful and yeah, something to look forward to. So that's a goal. The second thing, and this goes for so many different areas, but just remembering that why. So why did I start YouTube? Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to run? And that helps me when it gets hard. It helps me when, you know what, I want that chocolate bar. I want that muffin. And to be honest, I probably have the chocolate bar and I probably have the muffin, but it helps me get back on track. So on YouTube, I have two whys. The first one is that I found that it's a great platform for encouraging and inspiring others. And then my second why is for another stream of income. I want to monetize my YouTube channel. I don't know what that's going to look like. You see so many different videos. You see the people who are making 2,000 or working full time on YouTube. I don't know what it's going to mean. I might be, if I'm making $50 or $200 a month in our retirement, then I'll see that as a win. Two more things to share with you. So the next one is to see it as long term. So my goal, my why for YouTube isn't for next week or next month. It's for 2 to 3 years from now. That's the long-term goal. So I have to see that what I'm doing in the day-to-day or the week-to-week, if I don't see the results or the quick results or even the results that I expected, it's okay. I'm laying down a foundation. I am seeing this as a marathon, not a sprint. I see people starting YouTube channels in their 70s and 80s, and that's so inspiring. And I think, what if I stay around and I keep doing this if I keep doing this, then that means that I'll have 20 years experience behind me. And I thought, what if I get only 10 new subscribers a week? And I did the math, and that would be over 10,000 subscribers in 20 years. So how fun would that be? I keep showing up, I keep trying new things, and I hope that I'm improving. I hope that I'm becoming more comfortable on camera. I hope I'm learning to connect with an audience. I hope I'm learning what people want to hear, what people want to learn. I need to get better at drawing from my experience and understanding what 22 years of online e-commerce, what can I share of that? How can I help others who want to earn an income online? Actually, this week I did a video where I was showing a little bit of my process of putting up my eBay auctions, and I was showing some of my silk scarves. And I'll share a little bit of that footage, but I don't know. I don't know if that's something that people would be interested in. Right now, I'm trying to kind of navigate my eBay store because in Canada, we have the Canada Post strike. So for me, that's meant a week of no income. I have a pile of packages that need to be shipped out. So far, all my customers have been understanding and my customers are amazing. They want to know, do you want us to pay? One customer from Australia said, I'm from Australia. I'm used to strikes, so obviously they must be a regular thing. Another customer said, do you want me to leave a feedback for you as though I've already received the scarf? So how amazing is that? But anyway, just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do on the channel, how I want to show up. I don't want to confuse the algorithm. So one week I'm talking about, healthy aging, positive aging, and then the next week I'm showing silk scarves. I don't know. But I'm using this time. I'm using this time to learn and grow and figure out my channel. And that's exciting. And the fourth way that I deal with discouragement, maybe getting to my goals a little slower than I wanted, or feeling motivated. Oops, I just kicked the camera. How I stay motivated, how I show up when it can be discouraging when you've put up a video and there's 30 views and you feel like you did a good job. For me, that last video that I did, everything's green. So my my views were up, my impressions were up. So that would be the click-through rate. The duration was up, and actually, what's it called? The retention. For the first 30 seconds, you watch and you see how long someone stays on your video. And the first 30 seconds, it can really drop off. Someone clicks in, it's like, oops, no, I didn't mean to click here. And that video has a 67% retention rate for the first 30 seconds. So that's high for me. The other thing is that 44% watched my video through to the end. That's high for me, but the video isn't getting shown. So I just have to leave it alone and show up again. Now, something that helped me this morning, and this is what I'll call number 4, is kind of shifting my mindset. So I said to Alexa, play worship music, and a really upbeat worship song came on. And that's the whole point for me, right? Like, if I believe that I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, then I need to go to the one who gives me strength. And I promise I'm not going to preach. But just thinking about that long term, we're so used to the quick results. We hear the stories on YouTube. I can get totally caught up in it. I want to hear about I was monetized in 30 days. I reached 1,000 subscribers in 9 days. It's exciting, and you can get caught up in that. But the flip side of that is it can be a real downer. It's like, why not me? How come I'm not growing? And I would just say, hang in there and tweak. All you have to do is look through my channel and see that I have tweaked. I have pivoted, and I have shifted. And that's okay, because I'm figuring it out. So I did watch one girl the other day, and she has been on YouTube for 5 years. She had 10,000 watch hours. And she wasn't monetized. Now she is. She hung with it for 5 years. And part of it, she says, she let life happen. She wasn't consistent. But then she decided that she was going to buckle down. She was going to focus and make it a priority. And then she was able to get those watch hours in that 365 days. Just in case you don't know, you need 1,000 subscribers and you need 1,000 watch hours in 365 days. So that can roll over, and you can be 5 years, have lots of watch hours, but they don't all fall in that time frame. But she stuck with it. And that's what I want my story to be. I want it to be that I stuck with it, that I hung in there. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share today. Don't get discouraged. Hang in there. You hear it a lot, but make a list of the things that you're doing right. Remember your why. Remember that it is the long term. Remember your long-term goals, and figure out what it is that sparks you. What motivates you? What keeps you going? Like I said, for me this morning, it was lively worship music. If you think a community of like-minded content creators over 50 would help you in your journey, then check this out. Until next video, thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.